Hello student, today we will discuss about the cooling tower. So basically on what principle it works? It works on principle of evaporating cooling. So it is a schematic diagram of induced drop cooling tower. So firstly we have to understand what is the procedure in a static diagram. What is happening here? So it is a sum where your all the cold water will collect from this cooling tower. So it will get transferred with the help of this centrifugal pump to your plant. In plant, generally it goes in a heat exchanger, like in the in your condenser or in your reactors jacket. So once it will go in a heat exchanger or reactor jackets, so it will get heat from from the process and it will convert it from cold to hot. So its temperature will increase and it will become a hot water. So this hot water will go in a cooling tower. So this is a header through which spray knowledge is connected. This hot water will come in a header and with the help of spray nozzle it will spray in a cooling tower and it will goes down and will collected in a sump. Between this is a packing. This is a packing through which water will move. So basically what happens here when this fan will run. So what happens? Air will move towards towards the fan. So it will come contact with it will contact with water. It will contact it will come contact in with water. So this air will get saturated because from water droplets the water droplet will get evaporate. So after evaporation air will get saturate and water will lose their heat energy and it will come in a air. So your air will become hot and it will come out from this side like hot air, hot saturated air. So basically, cooling tower, you can, in other terms, you can say it is also a heat exchanger in which water and air is coming in direct contact. You can say like this also. So when this process occurs, so some losses will also occur. What is the losses? First losses is your evaporation loss. Your water is getting evaporated here. So there is a evaporation loss. Also there is a drift loss. What is drift loss? Because when the air moves, so some droplet of water is also coming in the atmosphere, coming out in the atmosphere. So there is losses of drift. Third loss, which is very important, is the blow down loss. It is a very necessary because if you will not blow down, your dissolved solids and salts will increase in a some tank. It will increase, then it will goes through this transfer pump in a heat exchanger. So what happens? So in a heat exchanger in your tube, scaling, fouling will occur. So your efficiency of heat exchanger will reduce if you will not do the blowdown. Okay, so it is a very important blowdown. If you will not do, your plant will suffer. You will not get a good heat exchange in your heat exchanger. So What is the purpose of packing? The purpose of packing is to increase the surface area and to increase the time of contact of air and water, so that they can transfer the heat very easily. They can exchange the heat very easily because they are getting sufficient time. To increase the time of contact and to increase the surface area, we use generally packing. So packing is of material. Some industry use PVC material, and some industry also use some wood and lowers. Okay, so the losses which is occurring here, to compensate these loss, you have to make up the water in a some time. So how much quantity you will make up the water is equal to E plus D plus VB, evaporation loss plus drift loss plus blowdown loss. Okay, now come on some important part of the cooling tower. It is a important term: range, approach, and cooling tower efficiency. What is range? It is nothing but it is the difference between hot water temperature, cold water temperature. Hot water temperature minus cold water temperature. It is a difference of hot water temperature and cold water temperature. It is a range. What is approach? Approach is a difference between cold water and wet bulb temperature. So always remember, you can never get the cold water temperature. You can never get a cold water temperature less than wet bulb temperature. Always remember this point. Suppose if your wet bulb temperature is 25 degrees Celsius, so you can never achieve the cold water temperature 24 degrees Celsius. You can achieve 26, you can achieve even 25, you can achieve 27, but you can never achieve less than 25 degrees Celsius because it is your wet bulb temperature. So always, guys, always remember this point. You can never achieve the cold water in a cooling water tower below the bed bulb temperature. Okay. So what is cooling water efficiency? It is nothing but hot water temperature minus cold water temperature divided by hot water temperature minus wet bulb temperature. This term, hot water temperature minus wet water temperature, it is a maximum difference which you can achieve. Hot water temperature minus wet water temperature. Because below the wet water temperature you can never be achieved temperature here. Okay. Hope this is clear all of you. If you have any other doubt, you can comment. Okay.